Yeah, I'll react to that, sure. Okay. Let's do it. Hello, my name is Connor. I like to learn and stuff. I'm from Rhode Island, which is in New England, which is in the US. Let's go. Original link to the video, top of the description, right below that, link to the Discord. Would love to have you on the Discord. Preemptive like. J Foreman, Mattman, phenomenal. Why are bows that shape? That could be cool.
Logic says that...
Okay, where am I? Okay, let's go. Hi.
David Cameron will often tell you that if you vote UKIP, you'll get Labour.
What?
Unboring.
We have, in Britain, a first-past-the-post voting system. It seems simple enough. Whoever gets the most votes wins. What's wrong with that? I'll tell you what's wrong with that. The spoiler effect.
This is the fictional constituency of Little Upper Chipping Stortford-on-the-Mims.
That is the most English sounding. That is the most English sounding sentence I've ever heard. Even I know it's a Little Upper Chipping Stortford on the Mims.
There are just two candidates.
One from the Stripey Party, one from the Spotty Party.
Okay.
As you can see, the Spotty Party is more popular. But what happens if you introduce a third candidate from the very Spotty Party? The Spotty vote is split, and the Stripey Party, despite making more people unhappy, wins the election. That's the spoiler effect, and that's not fair.
Well, yeah, it is.
Party. The Spotty vote is split, and the Stripey Party, despite making more people...
Well, you didn't. It would be unfair if they forced you to split. But I mean, if you split because you wanted different views, and then the third guy won, then isn't that kind of your fault?
People unhappy wins the election. That's the spoiler effect, and that's not fair.
That's why people vote tactically. They know which parties will do well, and they take this into account.
I like the very Spotty Party the best, but they won't win. But the Spotty Party are quite nice, and they've got a good chance. So I'll vote for the Spotty Party instead of the very Spotty Party.
I like the extremely Stripey Party the best, but they have no chance of winning this seat. But I really can't stand the Spotty Party, and I hate the thought of a spotty government. So I'll have to vote for the Stripey Party instead, whom I hate.
I usually vote for the Stripey Party to keep the Spotty Party out.
This sounds just like America. It's the
But I've just moved here, and as this is a really safe Spotty seat, I might as well vote how I really feel, which is flowers.
That's how we've ended up with the two-party system. It isn't actually in the rules that two parties need to be bigger than everyone else, or that only two parties get taken seriously by the media, but that's just how it happens all by itself. It's just maths. Maths.
And as the opinion of the general population changes, so too do the policies of the two big parties. And in general, inevitably, in the long term, they perform about as well as each other. Some people like this. They say it gives us strong governments who get things done.
I say it gives us strong governments who get things done.
But others say that it's not fair. We're only reduced to tactical voting because we can't vote how we really feel. So what are the alternatives? There's single transferable vote, the alternative vote, proportional representation, cumulative vote, limited vote.
Why don't we switch to one of those? Well, we almost did.
In 2011, we had a referendum on whether to switch to the alternative vote, or AV. In this system, instead of voting for just one candidate, you rank them 1, 2, 3.
This means people can vote for who they ideally want to win first, and then put their safe choice second. It means a fairer result for everyone.
But surprise, 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 both the big parties tried to make AV look really scary. Which is ironic really, because David Cameron, one of the most vocal opponents of electoral reform, was voted leader of the Conservative Party under a system just like AV, and if they'd used first past the post, his Silver Fox rival David Davis would have won instead. Anyway, their scaremongering worked. 68% of us voted to keep first past the post. It means that for the foreseeable future, this is how we'll be voting. Tactically.
Not necessarily for the party we like best, but for the party with the best chance of winning that we least don't unhate the most.
Yes.
Can you really blame the big party politicians for doing their best to preserve the status quo and keep the system that's allowed them to stay in power for hundreds of years? Yes.
Here's my take. It doesn't really sound that unfair to me. I love Jay Foreman. I love Mattman, Jay Foreman. But, I mean, this doesn't seem that unfair to me, because...
Unhappy spotty party. The spot.
Look, you have the lead, and just because a few other people want to be the really spotty party and then create their own, then yeah, that's going to make you lose. So, I think it's good. It's like in the U.S. If there's like a third party, it's like a third party candidate. Like it can happen. Like a third party can come in and say there's like a right candidate and a left candidate, or a conservative and a liberal, and then there's also another conservative candidate but isn't nearly as popular, and so in the end, that conservative candidate might screw over the rest of the conservatives because they could take votes away from the conservative candidate, thus leading the liberal candidate in power. But that seems fair to me. I mean, yeah, that was cool. Interesting video. I'm gonna watch another Jay Foreman in a different video. All right. Hope you're all doing well. I need to figure out my lighting. It's driving me nuts. See you guys next time. Bye.